as air leaves your lungs, comes out from your lungs through your trachea, it goes to your throat, let's just say your pharynx, then the air makes your vocal folds to vibrate. Now, once the vocal fold vibrates, they alternately trap the air and release air. Each release sends a little puff of air to the pharynx, and each puff of air is the beginning of a sound wave. Now the sound wave is enhanced as it travels through the pharynx, and by the time it leaves the mouth, it becomes voice. Wow, that's very wonderful. That is how it works. Now, let me get your attention here right away. Now, the sound made by the vocal cord is squeak. It's a short, high-pitched sound. Now, we have the coil amplifier, which amplify the sound made by the vocal folds. Now, we have the oral cavity. We have the nasal cavity. We also have what we call the pharyngeal cavity. Now, this cavity amplify the sound made by the vocal folds. Now, this amplifier are referred to what we call resonators. Now, we have what we call the upper resonators and we have the lower resonators. Right away. Now, the upper resonators actually comprise the nose. Now, in your head, there's a space there, and the sound resonates from that region. That's what they call the upper resonators. Now, we have what they call the lower resonators, which comprise your mouth, your pharynx, and also your chest cavities. So these are the two types of resonators that we have. Now, right away, we're heading to what we call the features of the upper resonators. Now, the sound from this region, from the upper resonators, is bright, is sharp, is piercing. Then also, how do we develop the sound from the upper resonators? Now, look at how it works. When we close our soft palate, because the soft palate actually acts as a window shut, opener and shorter. When the soft palate shuts down, the sound resonates from the nose cavity. Yes. Now let's try it now. Shut down and just makes sound like this, like the sound is resonating from my nose cavity. Now, the lower resonator has to do with the chest cavity, the pharynx, and also the mouth. How do we get sound from the lower resonator? Is by opening the soft palate. When you open the soft palate, you get the sound resonating from the oral cavity, like an Now, if I've opened my soft palate, the sound is now resonating from that region. If I shut down my soft palate, the sound will resonate from my upper resonators. That is how to get to find these resonators. Now, let me shock you with this. Your mouth, the position of your mouth, your shape of your mouth, the tongue, your jaw, has a role it plays. Now, the sound made by the VC or the vocal cord is squeak, the short high-pitched sound. The sound is being amplified by the oral cavity, by the pharyngeal cavity, and also amplified by the nasal cavity and oral cavity. Now, having amplified the sound, these amplifiers are called resonators. Now, we have to call this the teeth, the tongue, the mouth, the soft palate. They beautify the final output of the sound. Here's how it works. Sound made by the vocal folds is short, is a short high-pitched sound, and the sound is being amplified by these cavities, the oral cavities, the nasal cavities, and the pharyngeal cavity. Now, having amplified them, the next thing that follows is the resonators. Now, the sound made by this oral cavity, the pharyngeal cavity, and the nasal cavity is now being fine-tuned by the teeth, the shape of the mouth, the soft palate, and the lips and the jaw. They have a role to play in these settings. The features of the lower resonators is this. Now the sound is dull, the sound is not bright, and it sounds like so the sound is not actually bright at all, it's dull. So you can know it by that. How do you do that? How do you get it? You open your soft palate, and the sound resonates from your oral cavity, and by doing that the sound comes out from your lower resonators. I like to conclude by saying that it's not enough to hear me, but you have to practicalize everything and see how it works for you. And also, I like to begin with my slogan, which I said, nothing is hard, singing is not hard. The hardest thing is the accumulation of many easier things that should have been done yesterday, last week, and last month. Thank you very much, and God bless you. If you have any challenges, feel free to call me. My lines are on the screen, and I'll gladly answer you right away. Don't keep your mouth shut, because a closed mouth is a closed destiny. So feel free to give me a call, and I'll gladly answer you. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Like the page, leave a comment. We'll reply your comment, because your comments, they're actually important to us.
Valapania singing voice, Valapania singing voice, every day for you.